Welcome to FedScoop TV and our special series on hybrid IT. I'm your host, Wyatt Cash with FedScoop, and today we're with Jeff Lush. Jeff is the CTO in HPE's federal business. Welcome to the program, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about hybrid IT, this notion of kind of integrating traditional IT, private and public clouds all together in federal agencies. So first, tell me or talk a little bit about how do you feel government agencies should be embracing hybrid IT to better serve citizens and also conduct their operations more effectively?
Sure, hybrid IT offers a little different perspective on things, right? Because from a operational perspective, we can still have things behind our firewall where we feel good about it, right? We want it there. But we can also share data out in a public arena as well, in a cloud type of technology. So hybrid IT really gives us kind of the best of both worlds that enable us to both operate as we're comfortable and often as mission or security requires, and then be able to share that data in a public forum. So.
Well, next, tell me a little bit more about how do you integrate hybrid IT into sort of an existing architecture? It sounds like a heavy lift for agencies given their legacy systems and the budget constraints.
So the nice thing about hybrid IT is it allows you to operate as you are today. So this notion of being able to rip and replace everything that you have, it just doesn't work, right? There's nothing about it that's good. It's costly, it interrupts the flow of business, and for many agencies, well, take for example, maybe the VA or the FAA, here they have legacy systems that date back decades. Interrupting that flow would be very bad for healthcare and for us flying around in airplanes, right? So we want to be able to implement some form of technology that will allow agencies to truly embrace emerging technology, but not have to wait around for forever, right? Or in some cases, they can never migrate off. So being able to implement things like new storage, advances in storage, and compute, all behind our firewall where we can still control it and be safe. And I think one of your questions is going to be about cybersecurity, so we'll talk more about it there. And then be able to have that dynamic or fluid nature of the cloud that allows us to expand our workflows. But even more creative in a hybrid environment is that ability to offer that same type of pricing that you would get in a public environment back behind your firewall as well. So I think we talk about that later as well.
Yeah, well, let's talk about cybersecurity a little bit more.
Sure.
How do you see the hybrid IT model actually improving overall cybersecurity posture for agencies compared to what they're currently working with?
Sure. So there's, it's kind of funny with security, and certainly all of the agencies moving closer and closer to the NIST standard,
yes,
right, as has been put out by President Trump recently in an executive order. That movement into that NIST framework, or 800-53
yes,
or 800-170, whatever that security control is difficult for some security folks, right? They have a hard time being able to manage the data of where the data is going, where it touches,
right,
who's got access to it in a cloud environment. Hybrid is a perfect answer for that. Here I can take those security controls, those same security controls, those same security baselines, drop it behind their firewall, give them that comfort that they can manage that security within their environment, and then closely monitor what components they want in a cloud environment. Hybrid gives that. It's not an all or nothing, right? Hybrid gives us really, let's leverage those strengths that we have inside, leverage the strengths that we have outside, and cybersecurity is no exception. So it actually, in my opinion, you can enhance your security profile and your posture by simply keeping things where they need to be, securing them as needed, and then managing anything that goes external.
Well, next, tell me a little bit about how you see hybrid IT also helping agencies save money, knowing the budget constraints that they're working within, or work within those budgets based on what they're currently working with.
Sure. So again, we really don't want to rip and replace any technology. We want to be able to take that technology, leverage it that we have in our environments. So technologies like that enable us to take existing storage and access them, or technologies that enable us to virtualize even big iron operating systems, technologies that enable us to reduce our footprint considerably, right? So within a hybrid IT model, if you're not looking at technologies like system on chip or persistent memory or NVDIMM, those type of technologies really are reducing footprints. And then the future is going to hold this ability to truly drive down that cost when we start consolidating workloads. We're already seeing it happen. You know, it's kind of funny when I talk to people about hybrid IT, they think like, well, this is a light switch, it's going to go on or off. The light switch, it's already on. We're doing it today. We use software-defined infrastructure in our lives today. Our automobiles, the windshield wipers come on automatically most of the time when it rains, right? Or the lights come on. We're using that technology in our everyday lives, and it is in hybrid IT. And so we're taking all of those good best practices, we're putting them all together, and all of that automation drives down cost. And I think the other key point about driving down cost is we have to move from vendor-oriented architecture to functional architecture. And what I mean by that is, what is it that you want? So if you were to take anything from this conversation, how do I implement hybrid IT? How do I get started on my hybrid IT path? It would be, the first question you should ask yourself is, what is it that I really need to do from a functional perspective? And what technologies will align to those functions? The old adage of staying committed to a specific vendor because I'm comfortable with them, that doesn't work in today's market. We got to be more agile if we want to drive down our costs. And I believe HPE has got a great solution and a great solution stack to enable customers to do that.
Well, terrific. Well, clearly hybrid IT opens the doors to a lot of new potential ways of improving technology platforms, advancing application use, and clearly there's an opportunity to both improve security and save costs. So I think we're at an interesting time. So thanks for coming by, sharing some of your thoughts on that with us today.
Yes, thank you.
Well, great. Well, Jeff, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it. Visit fedscoop.com to see more of our coverage on hybrid IT and all things technology in the federal government. I'm Wyatt Cash with FedScoop. Thanks for watching.